أهلا وسهلا فيكم.
يا أهلا وسهلا بكم جميعا، وأشكر حضوركم، وإن شاء الله راح نستفاد من هذا البرزنتيشن. زينب كانت تقترح إنه نحكي بالعربي للبرزنتيشن، بس أنا فضلت إنه نعملها بالإنجليش، وإن شاء الله الأسئلة والأجوبة راح تكون بالعربية وبأي لغة أخرى أفهمها أنا، يعني 3 لغات هي عربي كردي وإنجليزي، فاختاروا بكيفكم. Again, welcome everybody. This presentation is a kind of information and have a proposal for you guys if you want to join and have an extra income beside what you do. And I will start how to brand yourself and get your freelancing business diversified. And the tag as a subtitle is protecting your family and others. Why you need to diversify your income? We know all of us, we are working as freelancers. And most of us here, we are translators, interpreters. Our job is depending on the client base, job assignments that we get. Nothing is guaranteed. We don't know things, how day by day, how things go. So why we want to diversify our income as freelancer? If you want to stay as freelancers and not getting a side job as a full-time beside our freelancing, which most of us are doing now to meet the needs for our family. But if you want to stay as a freelancer, depending on one job as just a translator, it's kind of getting harder, and I will tell you why. You know, as the old saying says, you shouldn't put your eggs in one basket. This is also true for exactly our industry. Translation and interpretation right now is changing. Things is not as it was before. There are a lot of clients, a lot of companies, they outsource the job. True for translation, it's a better market for interpreting because they have to have you in person in some cases. But again, there's like some contracts is all your video translating, and they are outsourcing that outside of the United States too. So the market is changing, and I worked as a freelancer, as a company owner, and I know that things are definitely changing throughout the years. So when you are relied heavily in one source, sometimes you find yourself in a difficult position because you might not find the client that you used to work with, and then now they found another company and they're outsourcing that. And this happens to me just in the recent ATA conference. One of my clients who used to send jobs to me, and all of a sudden they went mute. He told me, "Oh, we have now a company they're working for us overseas, and we are using them." And I understand because he's getting a better rate, cheaper, and probably the same service that I was giving to them. So I knew that where he came from, and I know that this is happening every once in a while with my clients. Of course, we all have families. Most of us have families and kids, and we need to, have a steady income at the end of the month, pay rent, most of us, if you don't have a full-time job, you need to pay buy your own health insurance, and you have to pay it. It's not an easy thing to do, and it's expensive. But again, another part of it, if you wanna, you need to set yourself apart from the rest of the freelance crowd. Freelancing, it means the freedom of choosing your hours, your time. It has good things about it, and it has the downside of it that your income is not very stable. Now we have choices how to diversify your income. Getting more clients. That means sometimes you have a client and you have steady jobs from them, and then you are so occupied and you're so busy working with them, you're not looking to get more clients, do more marketing, and all of a sudden that client, their contract is in and your job is really affected. I had a client, 75% of my work was depending on that client, a big contract. We're doing very well with them, and all of a sudden the contract was done. It was a government contract. The contract was done, and 75% of my income was affected by that. And it was very hard to recover from that and getting more clients because I was so occupied serving that client at the time. So getting more clients, always in the search of getting more clients, so you're not, when one client is gone, you still have income. Blogging, a lot of people, they have writing skills and they can do, you can be paid by writing. Especially for Arabic language, you can be a content writer, you can be a copyright writers. Those are a lot of jobs as a freelance basis. You can work not just translation. If you are good in your English writing, you can do content in English. Your background about the region, the culture will help you to do that. You can work as an Arabic writer too, for a lot of companies for their content. That's something else you need to think about besides just doing the translation. Selling digital products, webinars, and ebooks. I know a lot of translators. They have workshops they present, and they can present webinars, and they can write ebooks. I just got a tweet from Corinne, the former ATA president, and in her tweet, I don't know if you saw this, she said that the royalty for her book since 2004, I believe, is over $90,000, just the royalty, selling 12,000 copies of her book. She just wrote a book, How to be a Translator or Interpreter, something like this, and because of her knowledge, because of her background, she put it in there. Interpreters, translators find that book was useful, sell it into the royalty, make it an extra money for it. So if you are, if you know things about softwares, Trados, like Samah, he's offering that. You can write ebooks about your specialty that you're working with, and you can sell that. That's an income of money. Of course, it's going to boost your resume and your profile, because once you have a published book, you are considered an expert, and people like to have experts in their team or to give job to experts. Consulting and coaching is another venue you can do. A lot of companies, they just need some consulting services, and they will hire you for a short term to do that. You can train, can do online training for the fields that you are expert in it. Those are those are other venues that you need to look at. The last one is learning new skills. We as translators, interpreters, we don't want to put ourselves in a closed circle that because we are doing language services, that's the only thing we know. We are translator, interpreter, we cannot do anything, or we cannot learn other things. There are a lot of other things around us we can do it while we are doing a freelancing job, while we are maintaining our income that we are getting. But why not? Why not extra? Why not learning other stuff? And this is what I'm going to be focusing now on, is learning new skills. Some other things that you can do beside your translation job as a freelancer is real estate. I know a lot of people that got their real estate license, and they are doing it beside their job as a translator and interpreter. And it's a kind of connected to, because you're going to be helping a population that they don't know English well, and they want to buy a house, and you are going to be the one who explain all the loan process, all the what it takes to buy a house, helping them and serving them in their language. They feel secure and comfort getting the knowledge in their language. So this is something you can do if you are interested in, or if you have knowledge in your area. Photography, I know Sam, our former ALD, he just opened his business for translation / photography, and he has a nice office now in DC, just grand opened. His passion is photography, and he's taking it as a professional beside offering translation interpretation services. The real estate one, I know Ghada, she got her license and she's really liking it. So besides her translation interpretation, she's doing that. Project management, this is something, it is within your job as a translator. You can take project management certificate, they are online, and you can work virtual in your home as a project management manager for translation companies, localization companies that they need project management, and most of this job is you can do it online. Grant and proposal writing. This is something as a freelancer you can do if you are good in writing. A lot of companies, they want NGOs, they want grant writers, and proposal writing is for companies who want to bid in a contract. I hired a lot of these freelancers for my company to write proposals for me, and they are not cheap. They charge a lot. So this is something else you can, if you think that you are a good writer, you can do that. You can learn how to do that, and it is a good revenue for you. And the last, and I put it in red because this is something I'm proposing, is the financial services. This is also a freelance job. You can do it in your own time, but you can have a good income, and if you're good in it, you might have this as your full-time job. And I'll explain you what is a financial service that you can do. So title will be a financial professional, and let's see what they do. So I am now a financial professional. I got my license just last month from the state of California. So what we do, we are independent licensed financial professionals. So it is a freelance job again. We help people to obtain financial protection and achieve their long-term financial goals. Our focus is on helping individuals, families, and business owners understand basic financial concepts. People who are educated about these concepts are more likely to make their own informed decisions about how we can help them. So basically, your job is as an educator. We meet people and we educate them about the services that they don't know about, that it's kept for wealthy people, and the middle class and the regular person have no idea about it, because they think that to get this information, they have to hire a financial professional and they pay them. But in this case, it's free. Education is free, and this is your job to do that after getting the license. And let's go and learn what is the service that we offer. As a financial professional, you're going to offer and educate people about life insurance. And we're talking about life insurance with living benefits and cash value. A lot of people don't know that if you have a life insurance, it's not just the lump sum that you get after you, that your family gets after you, God forbid, pass away. There are a lot of other things that involve life insurance, many kinds of life insurance. One of them is with living benefits. But God forbid, we are all freelancers. We don't have the privilege of being a full-time employee with a company, so we are not offered benefits like life insurance, like short and long-term disability, 401k. Those are the things that comes with the benefit as working as a full-time. As freelancers, why we need to have life insurance, not for us and our family, because there are other things that's linked with it. How things are living when the living benefits. Living benefit is short and long-term disability is involved there. If you get in an accident, God forbidden, you be covered by the life insurance. They will pay you a monthly payment. For God forbidden, if you get diagnosed with a serious illness, you will be covered while you are still alive. They will cover you. You will get payment every month, and even if you are recovered from that, you got your payment. God forbidden, if it is in the last stage of your life or your blood life, you get the full amount upfront. Even before that helps your family, for example, to take care of you, and they don't affect your life because they get a sum of money even before you pass away, God forbidden. And it has a cash value in it too. This is one of the life insurance, one kind of life insurance I'm talking about. The cash value is a saving account. It's linked with your life insurance. You can put money every month, and this money has a stable interest in it, meaning that when the market goes up and down, yours is going to stay the same. It's not going to affect because it's locked. And if it goes up, it goes up. But if it gets down, you're locked. It's not going to affect your money. And you can put as much as you can, as much as it's allow you per year in there. And when you need it, you can just get out without tax. In 401k, you have to pay penalty and tax. In this one, you don't pay penalty or tax. Whenever you need the money, you can borrow it and you can put it back to. I got, for myself, after I learned, after I was educated myself, I thought this is the best thing I can do as a freelancer. And I got that for myself, for my family. And this is also something you can do as a gift for your kids. So when you get that for your kids, what you can do is the cash value that you can get, you can put an age, 25, 20, 30, and this money is going to go up and up, and they can get it when they want it for their college. It's a college fund. They want to buy a house. They want to buy a car. Anything, they get it out without penalty or tax. That's the big thing about this. It's different from the saving account in regular bank, because that's the difference is you don't the money is going to go. You don't get penalty or tax for paying that. And then you can set up for your child, if he's in 55 years old, they can get the money out to, it's going to be a big sum of money. So this is something that you are explaining to the families, and of course you can do it for your family too. Not a lot of people will educate you about what kind of life insurance is there. It's not just one kind, there are a lot. And of course, the other service that you're going to offer is annuity, and this is like a kind of saving account. You can put your money in there, and the money is going to go in the market. When they work again, you're going to be locked for the certain percentage, which is usually way higher than the regular saving account in the bank. And then you can set up that you get a payment in certain. After your retirement, you're going to get a payment, monthly payment, stable monthly payment until you pass away. After you pass away, your money that you put in the first place, it's going to be given to your family. So your money is going to stay the same, but you're going to get a payment for retirement. And of course, we do rollovers for 401k, RIA, and 403b, and those are the retirement plans that people have it after they get to the age of 59 plus. That's when they can get their 401k benefits, but once they get the money out, they have to pay 30% as a tax. So, and plus whatever the money is there, probably they had in the age, a month before their age of retirement, the money was 500,000, but then the market went down, it's going to be 200,000, and they have to pay 30% of the 200,000. If you do the rollover for this money, you get it to a certain account that you don't pay tax when you get it out. So those are the benefits that we are educating people, and we are getting it. That's our job, to work with them, with clients. Are these any cost to the client that we're going to work with? No, zero. Our job is to educate them, and they will choose. And once they choose the plan, we work with certain companies, many companies that they are specialized in giving life insurance and annuity rollovers, and they are the one who is gonna give us the money, pay us. Now you say, okay, I want to be a financial professional. What are the steps? What should I do? You must obtain life or health insurance license. This is a license sponsored by your state, and you apply for, you get the online education package. I think it's going to cost you around $300 with everything. And then you take the exam. The test is online. The education materials is online, and they have a lot of tests prepared, easy as any other license. And then you go physically to a center to take the exam. It's all multiple choices. The material will be provided for you. You can, most of the things, the questions are repeated, so it's an easy step. I did it. You take the test, you pass, and they do a background check and fingers, because we are dealing with people who want money. So you have to pass. And what? Okay, Zainab, 10 minutes. So you have to pass, because you shouldn't have any criminal background to work at that. And then you have to be associated with one of the top financial companies. For example, I work with Cynics, Census, and you need to apply to get accepted by them as an agent. And then you need to attend training with team managers, online or in person. Have or build a good network in your community, because you're going to be definitely working with your community to educate them about these services. How we can make extra income from that? How we are going to get paid? You're going to find a client, educate the client about how money works, illustrate the plan or the policy that works the best for the client. You submit the plan or the policy to the company. You get the approval. You have certain the choices to choose. That your client is going to choose which one is the best. You deliver the plan or the policy to your client. You will get paid 30% as an entry contract level. When you just start, that's your first job. And I'm going to explain what's that. So for example, let's say you have a client who can save $10 a day for a life insurance policy with living benefit and cash value. That $10 is going to be $300 per month. Per year is going to be $3,600 that he's going to pay for his life insurance. You get the point if you did this service for this client. You get the point of 3,600 points. This kind of transaction could take you about 2 to 4 hours just to sit down and do on the policy, and you get the approval and everything. 3,600 equals 3,600 points. If you are at the entry contract level, which is 30%, you will earn $1,080 for this transaction only. And each year the contract is there, you are getting a percentage too. This money doesn't come from the client, as we said. This service is free and it's directly paid by the major companies which we are contracted with. So we'll be contracted as an agent. What's next step? You are there as an entry level and you made a couple deals. What are you going to do then? What's next for you? You will get a management position, which is called a field director. As a field director, your contract level is 75%. You'll be assigned new agents, and you'll be the overseas training, the same training you get by training new agents. The company pays you the difference between these, and the calculation here is going to be different. For the 300 times the 3,600, you will get 2,600 when you are a field manager. That's, imagine this is if you do one family, you serve one family, one person, one policy. if you are interested now and you want to be a financial professional, what do you want to do? You can contact me at Faiza@protectforus.com. That's my new company for this kind of job. I will be your team manager, so you're going to be under my team. You get the training on all the supports from me. It's going to be online. It's not only state of California. You can be in any state and you can do this job. We will sign you up with the company. It will cost you $100 to sign up for the company because you have to apply for the company. Will be you will be an agent with, and you have to accept you, and you will get an agent code. You will need to get the life and insurance, as I said. You will by a state taking online courses and then state exam. You need to pass the criminal background check, as I said. So if you're ready to make extra income and diversify your freelance business, please contact me at this email. And now it's time for questions. Now, after the presentation, please let me know if you have any questions.
Faiza, I'll start with the first question. How long does it take to get the initial approval for the license? The whole process.
So for the first step is you need to apply with the company that I work with, and that is you just apply and they will you will get approval from them. That's very soon. But for the license, you have, if you want to take it in 20 days, if you can finish it in 20 days, because there are certain hours, you have to finish these hours like online. It's not just like, I'm just going to go and pass these chapters. You have to learn. You have to learn the regulation. There are a lot of regulation. You're working with money. So there are a lot of regulation, how to work. I talked about the life insurance and the money part, but there's another one which I'm licensed with that too because my license is too. It's the health insurance. You can write health insurance for people. You can be a health insurance agent that you are helping people to have their health insurance as a health insurance agent too. There's two parts of it. Our focus is the because I was busy and I was doing that, I got it in a month and a half. They are very flexible. You can renew the courses. I think you pay an extra $30 to renew to extend the time of your course. Once you finish it, you can put about 10 hours or less a week to finish it. And then you set up the time for the every day they have evening and morning the test site. You go and take the test, pass, right away they will tell you you passed, right away after you finish it. And they do their fingerprints there. They submit it. It needs about a month from the state to review because they have a lot of requests. You need a month to review. You get approved. They give you your number, the license number, and you need to make a card, and you have to have the license number by law in your card. Before you offer this service to anybody, you have to be licensed. Otherwise, you get fined. It depends on your time and how fast you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, diversifying your income, it's a great idea, especially for us. I mean, most of us work like independent contractors.
Yep.
And I mean, to diversify our income, I mean, we should be looking, I assume, just for independent contractors, things that we can do, unless any person.
That's an independent contractor job. This is an independent,
unless you find you want to do like a part-time or a full-time graveyard shift.
Yeah.
My question for you, so are there any challenges that this other diversified incomes can interfere with the main job, which is translation?
No, it's your time. This is the thing. This is the beauty about this. It's all freelance job. You want to put 5 hours in this job a week and the rest of your interpreting. You want to put that. The beauty about this job, you are dealing with people every day for your other jobs, for your interpreting, translating. So it is a perfect way to approach that person and offer this service. So they are linked actually.
It doesn't work. You're not supposed to approach anybody when you're interpreting.
No, not when
we will talk about that. That's a good point, Zainab, too.
Not when you are interpreting. but you're gonna know this person afterwards. You're gonna have this person, and you're gonna talk after the assignment is done.
Okay,
You can talk with this person in a.
Okay.
In
my job as a court interpreter or medical interpreter, you cannot do that unless you have independent contract jobs.
Well,
okay.
Yes.
We cannot work with, like, we cannot make friendship with our clients.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for I understand for court and things, and I'm talking about independent when you are working.
Yeah, independent work, yes, but court interpreter, medical interpreter, even community interpreter are supposed to.
Those are
And this is under the code of ethics for interpreters. But Faiza said it, like she said that out of assignments and jobs.
Community that you can approach the community. Your colleagues. You go and you work with other interpreters, right? You can talk with other interpreters about any business that you wanna say.
By any chance, does it have like job liability insurance in it?
No.
No job liability.
No.
So you cannot buy the job liability.
No.
أمر أنت عم تحكي أنا muted you دقيقة يلا you can talk now.
تفضل.
يعني يا فايزة you don't provide clients صح؟
No. What you can do, for example, أنا هسه أعرف زينب. أعطيكم مثل. هاي زينب. أنا أقول زينب أنت عندك أطفال؟
نعم.
تقولي yes أنا عندي أطفال. أنت do you want to have them a college fund? She'll say yes I have them.
Of course, I do that.
While they are young, a very inexpensive rate for their life insurance with the cash value that they can save money for their college that linked with it. She'll say that's good. This is how I'm gonna get her to educate her. Then she choose. I'm just gonna give her options. Do you want to do that? I'm not charging her. My time is free for her. She get educated knowledge from the things I learned, from the things that services out there that nobody is telling her. How she would know?
My question is, let's say you have a couple of months you cannot pay. What happens?
You have a couple of clients?
Months. هلا عندك انت عم تدفعي لنفرض 100 بالشهر اوكي؟ عندك شهرين 3 بعد عن البزنس تبعك ما بتقدري تدفعي. What happens?
حلو. With the cash value part, whatever you put extra in the per month is going to cover your payment for the skip month.
And if you don't have any extra?
Yeah, with the cash value one.
If we don't have any extra, what happens?
You can't not pay. If you don't pay, you have a grace period, then your insurance is gonna go. But with the cash,
then you lose the money. Then you lose the money that you put, or that they give you back your money.
I don't know. You're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose the policy.
Okay.
You're gonna lose the policy and everything you paid before.
If we wanna go, so there's a lot of kinds of life insurance policy. With the cash value, one is without cash value, one with the benefits, living benefit. It depends on how much you can afford and which one you want to choose. For myself, I got a $500,000 life insurance for life, not a term, until I am wherever I die. And I choose the cap. It depends on my health now because they will do a test and see how healthy you are and how much is this. How much is that? It's regulated. They give me the code. I'm like, okay, I can afford this per month. And instead of going to the restaurants and pay $100, this $100 from that eating or that clothes or that bag I want to buy, I'm going to put it in my saving for my retirement. I'm now saving money for my retirement, which is linked to my insurance. So when I die and I'm not getting the money, the cash money out, which I can get it out anytime after the first few years, my family will get the $500,000 and the cash that I've been saving. But I can take this cash out and use it whenever I want, or I don't want to pay for a couple months. I don't have money. I have the cash to pay to cover the money. For example, my life insurance is about 200. The minimum I pay monthly is 200 something. It's not big for 500,000. 200, it's 2 times to go to the restaurant. I make it pay extra, 300. I can send a check for 600 the next month. 700 the next month, 1,000 if I want. And I have the cap of $19,000 a year. Those are tax-free. You don't pay tax on this when you get it out. 19,000 I can put. This year I have making good money. I put 19,000. Next year I don't have money even to pay my minimum. I already have money there in the saving that will pay my monthly for the minimum, the 200 something. So it is very, very flexible. It's really, really good. This is the best plan I could find because I had life insurance before. I had a term life insurance that I was paying with no benefits, no living benefits. Now, if I get a stroke, right now I'm talking with you. If I get a stroke, I pay my family a monthly income until I get recovered. Or if I don't recover long term, I will get this money.
Okay, for life insurance, it starts at 55.
And by the way, when you get that serious incomes, you don't pay the monthly. You don't pay any more monthly. You don't pay. You get the benefit without paying.
When?
If you get a serious condition. If you, for God willing, you get Sultan, you get stroke, you get heart attack, and you cannot work, they will give you monthly a check, and you don't need to pay the premium.
No matter how long you've been with them. يعني مثلا أنا بلشت معهم اليوم بعيد الشهر بكرة انجلطت.
And it happens, and I'll show you 2 checks that they wrote in my. I can show it to you in 1 minute.
يعني it's okay يعني you don't have to wait until you're 55 ما هي؟
No.
طب بركي أنا هلا 51 and I wanna be 55 in next year. Would they take me?
And the earlier you do, it's cheaper. A cheaper is because the earlier you do is cheaper. The more you wait, the more you wait, it's gonna be. This is a check. This is a check of 31,021. This person paid the premium for 2 months only, and then she got sick. She got cancer. This is what she got the money for every month. She got this money, and she get recovered. She's fine now, but she got the money. One person
doesn't have to pay when she get recovered.
She got cured, and that's it.
ما بتقعد تدفع monthly anymore.
When she's sick, she don't pay premium.
بعدين when she gets cured.
Oh, she gets cured now. She's working. She can pay again. Yeah.
She doesn't pay anything that they pay her, but she just continue payments.
She continue the payment. No, this is the money you give
when she gets back to work. يا زينب بس ترجع.
Only when she can be able. But it happens another case. A lady, she was 32 years old. She got cancer 1 month exactly after she purchased a life insurance for $1 million. But her cancer was the last stage. They gave her and her family $1 million while in her final stage. They gave it to her before she dies, plus the monthly payment too. They gave her the full amount and the monthly, and because her family had to take care of her. Now they have to leave their jobs to take care of her, right? They took care of her. They left their job. They took care of her. They get the money. They are covered. She lived her final days in a good life. Imagine, God forbidden, if we get cancer, we need somebody to take care of us. Our spouse, she has to quit her job and sit beside you to take care of you. So now they're gonna lose the income for the family. You are not covered. You have nothing.
Another question. أنا one of those hard customers. يعني you're gonna. Okay.
That's good. If you want to work, because you're gonna have all these questions, you have to be prepared to answer your clients.
Okay. Let's say we reach 55. We still have to pay. ولا خلاص we get our retirement, we stop paying.
You done. You wanna get the money out. You wanna retire. You can get the money out, or you wanna wait until 92. Until 93, whenever
okay, so
you
when you're 55, how much you get per month?
When you are fit, that's for the life insurance. You have a sum of money.
Not just a life insurance. I'm talking about the retirement.
The annuity. It depends on how much money you put. Some people put 300,000, 100,000. It depends on how many, and there will be a calculation, and they will tell you.
Okay. So let's say I only put the amount of 4 years income.
Yeah.
then I will only get the 4 years for retirement.
Yeah, of course.
You won't get any extra.
No, you get an extra. The market, how the market goes up, if the market got 5 points up, you get extra.
Oh,
But
you mean
the market
share value? There is a share value for stocks for this company, you mean?
Yep.
Okay.
They work with you. It never go down.
Okay.
You always get 0.07. No matter what is the market goes down 5-6 points, you still your money you still make money. You still make money, but it goes up. You make until up to 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit technical for me, so maybe we need another session for that. So for
okay, Manata, let's
advisor.
end one
So
for Faiza. You want to add anything before we end it, and then we can continue discussing without recording.
Just one question before. So
sure.
this is we might need more information because for the financial, but just in general, like other channels to diversify. Just back to the main topic, diversify the income. And Zainab mentioned Udemy. What's Udemy like? I just want to know. Yes.
Udemy is a website for courses. Anything you imagine, they have on Udemy, and they always have sale. Like, يعني عندهم for translation, مثلا for $20, you buy a course كاملة for training.
How is that like
so
an
you
income
train and
point?
you get a certificate from Udemy. You can get management, anything. So they will teach you. What happen is, if you want to be a teacher in Udemy, they will teach you. They will give you presentation. There is tools for recording and everything. They will teach you how to become a teacher, and then you record your own classes, and they put it for sale. Okay. So all you have to do, let's say I'm a student, I buy Udemy for $20. Let's say a session. Usually they start like between. You can put your own prices, but sometimes, most of the time, they have a lot of sales. Let's say I buy a course of 12 classes for $20. I can watch it anytime. It's mine. And I can have, for a certain time, a teacher support by email or by phone. They will tell you. But it's there for sale. Anybody can buy it. So this is how you make money, because the same course, students all over the world are buying it.
This is nice.
Okay,
This is nice. I didn't know about that.
It's very nice. I bought like 5 courses, writing classes, anything you imagine, they have on Udemy.
Can you put the link for us?
تقدر تعلم الاكسنت المغربية مثلا, whatever you imagine you can sell and buy on Udemy.
That's good.
Or
I'll put some links for you about the whole financial service YouTube link. I want you to watch it. You're gonna, on your personal level, for yourself, as to how money works and how you get the best out of what you make. It's really good for education, for yourself as a person. Yeah.
Just curious about the rest of the panel over here. I mean, Qamar, Mujahid, if you guys have any other incomes to share, I mean, I'm just brainstorming if there is anything I like that I will pursue. I think Mujahid had something like before, like 3 years ago, 4 years. When وصلت حكاية البيتكوين يا Mujahid? Was it like worth it?
Well, it was a learning curve for me to do that, but I'm still in love with it. But the thing is, I did not get so much kind of contribution or engagement by the other like team members, and I was doing this totally for free. But I continue to do this as a sidekick. But I'm good. But I'm so interested in what Faiza is offering today, and hopefully.
I would like to understand more about the beta coins. I hear about them, good investment.
Anyway, right person.
My son did it. It's bad. Please don't do it.
No, Bitcoin. I did stocks, and I lost. Yeah. I made a lot of money, but I was too greedy and waited, and then I lost.
Yeah, Bitcoin. I follow a lot of financial thing. Bitcoin is not a good.
Really? No.
Let him talk. Let's see.
Yeah. I mean, you see, he had experience. My son had experience, so I was always warning him, and he came finally to me and said, "Mommy, you were right." I said, "I'm always right."
I mean, seriously, the thing is just like stocks. I mean, you have to keep up every single day. Otherwise, you'll go down. That's why I'm interested in what Faiza has to offer, because as soon as I got the full-time job, I kind of found it difficult for me to keep up what's going on there. Unless you do that, it's going to be risky. So what Faiza is saying, that you get a license, you use your community level like discussion with people. You are meeting people anyways. So I think I definitely will go for that. Thank you, Faiza.
Oh, thank you, Mujahid. I will give you just one more example. What happened here in our community, the Kurdish community. There was a guy was about 50 years old, and my broker who works with him, and he was telling him, why you just don't get the life insurance, even for 50,000, 100,000, anything. It's like, oh my God, I don't need it. It's like $5 a day. You put it aside. Just something like this, simple one. And then he got a stroke and he died. The 55 years old, he got a stroke and died. His family ended up to collect money for his burial. It cost them about $40,000 just to get the place for his burial, the whole service. People are coming, and then his debt, because when you die, your debt is there for your family. Your credit cards, your loan, if you have a house, your house, and the family is gonna suffer. You are gone, your income is gone, the source of money is gone. So
if I can add an example to this, I just recently had a friend who lost his dad. He got kind of chronically ill and he was getting down. And he was not making it, obviously. But the thing is that the son was so busy taking care of the father, the whole life of the whole family got into trouble because everybody got so busy taking care of him. But nevertheless, he did not even get time to ask what's going to happen after he passes away. When that happened...
Jad, you're mute.
Okay. Okay. Am I back? I don't know how much you got from my initial whatever.
Okay, yeah.
So they did not get a chance to actually look into it. When he passed away, they had no idea how they're going to do the whole thing. When they were shopping around, they were shocked by how expensive the whole thing is going to cost them. And they were never ready for that. So I think that the part of education is very, very important because a lot of people do not know what's going to happen. They are new to the system. They don't know how it goes here and the disability thing and payments and 401k. So I think the education part is going to take a while, but then once you get people to understand how important this is, you will get the benefits back.
And how low cost is it to do that? It's not expensive. It's not expensive at all.
Wait a minute. We need to make sure that we trust this company, that they're not going to go bankruptcy, how long they've been in business. And so like before you educate somebody, we have to build trust in this company because a lot of them gathered money and escaped.
Have you ever thought about, heard about an insurance company goes bankruptcy? Go search. Never. They never go bankruptcy because they are under regulation of a government. There's a big regulation about insurance companies. There cannot be an insurance company without this regulation and from the government. Insurance company never go bankruptcy.
How fast they pay? يعني بعيد الشر, somebody died today and we need a burial tomorrow. How fast they will pay?
Yeah. Okay, you have 30, they pay you 30 days after you submit the death certificate. 30 days you get paid. They cannot go over 30 days. They cannot at all.
Usually, but this time is not enough for somebody to get buried. We need it in 3 days.
Probably, yeah. You get some money there, but you have to, you get.
And you have to borrow against. Let's say, can we take a loan against this money that is coming?
You can, if you, depending on the life insurance that you're getting, as I said.
I will present this to the bank and tell them I have this much money coming. Would you give me a loan?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But they cannot go. They have. Within 30 days, they have to pay. They have to pay within 30 days. They cannot go. And of course, they pay, usually they pay faster than that. When you get in a disability, they pay you right away. When you get the seriousness, they are so serious about it. This is and the good thing about this, you are, as a client, not as a producer, as a client, you have a unilateral contract with this insurance company. It means you can tell them, I'm out. I'm done with this insurance. I cannot afford it. I cannot pay you. And you are out. You sign a form. You send it to them. But they cannot kick you out. Ever. The only time they kick you out from the plan is when you don't pay your premium. And they have a grace period by law, about 60 days after that. And then they can kick you out from the plan. It's always in you are transferring the risk of losing your life or losing your health to the insurance company. You are always in the benefit part. You are not losing. They are not losing too, because they cover all these millions of people. They have the money to cover with it.
You're only losing if you stop paying. That means if you cannot afford to pay,
yeah.
or let's say if I traveled back to the country I came from,
yeah,
I'm still paying. Are
yeah.
they gonna cover me there?
Yeah,
they
of
send
course.
the check back there,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
say
yeah.
Syria, Iraq.
When you buy the insurance, you have to be personally here, because as a producer myself, I have to deliver in person the policy to you. You sign, I give them back. You have to be in the United States when you get that. Then you travel, that's fine.
Then I want to get my payment different country. Would they give it? Or do I have to come and get paid? أنا هلا رحت على سوريا. كسبت 55 حبيت اتقاعد بالهواي ولا ما بعرف.
خلص تتقاعد
برات امريكا مثلا ما بعرف وين.
Yeah, you get your money.
يبعثوا لك مصاريك لهنيك.
Yeah, you get it's gonna be in your bank.
معناته لازم يكون البنك هون.
Yeah, عندك بنك هون of course. حتى لو
انت رحلت عامل لك رحلت out.
بس خلصتي وسكرتي كل شيء.
If you don't have a bank, I can give you my account.
Bank account. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that.
I'm playing the hard customer. لازم تجاوبني أشياء الأسئلة.
She's gonna be a good producer because she's already prepared.
You have to convince me. I'm trying to be convinced هلا. استني.
Yeah, damn it.
I'll give you my bank account. If you trust me, I'll transfer the money to you. Just give it to me.
I trust no one with my money. Hey, I don't even trust myself.
It's a legal contract between you and that company, whoever that company is going to be. It's going to be a legal contract. They cannot play with it. It's a legal.
10 more minutes before this one needs to be upgraded. Yeah. Okay.
Any other question? I mean, if you are interested in this as a client, يعني to protect your own family and yourself, to buy an I can have a one-on-one Zoom with you, explain all kinds of life insurance that is there, tens and thousands.
Now, if you're gonna use Zoom for this, I'm gonna charge you for training.
No, I'm gonna, as I told you, I'm gonna have my own Zoom account.
Yeah, I'm gonna charge you for training,
which I can still share with you guys. And then,
Faiza, let's end this.
Let's end this and then we can.
Then we'll stop recording and we can talk.
Yeah.
Hi. Faiza, thank you so much. That was a really great presentation. Thank you guys. It's a pleasure seeing you.